To get your message out to over 2 million homes, call Positive Promotions at 302-292-3994 or log on to our website at posprotv.com.
See, Chris shows up and people show up.
Yeah, miraculous turnaround.
He's out there in the parking lot platforming, you know. Let them come in. No, how are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful.
Good. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Running, once again, you're our current county executive.
Current county executive.
And what's it been like? 4 years you've been in there. I mean, you walked into kind of a hornet's nest at the time.
Kind of a hornet's nest.
Yeah. What's it been like?
It was an interesting mess.
Yeah.
Lots of challenges, operational, ethical, financial, a lot of challenges. And it's been good.
Yeah.
There are great people who work for the county. I brought in some good people with me, and we've tackled some tough challenges head on. And I feel like over 4 years we've gotten some great things built. We've strengthened neighborhoods. We've attracted good jobs, and we've gotten the county's finances.
Well, I was looking at your brochure there, and of course I want to say hi to the kids, Maggie and the entire gang, Andy, their wife, yeah. But when you're talking about it, because your family lives in the county. Mm-hmm. And you're always looking to better the county, not, because you can see what your family's needs are, so you kind of see what the needs are of other people. Some of the biggest things that we've been doing is redoing all the libraries and everything. I noticed that Kirkwood Highway Library under construction right now.
Woodlawn Library is one that's in the city of Wilmington, but it's a county library. The county operates, either funds or directly operates all of the 15 branches of the greater Newcastle County Library.
Because I didn't see any cutback on, because I heard a lot of complaints. I mean, ice cream festival and things like this. We had some things, but you applied that monies in neat areas. I think one of the things that you did hired a new police chief. Yeah, and
went through a long, hard process, and we interviewed 10 candidates, internal and external. We brought in chiefs of police from 4 other communities around the country. So we did both an outside professional interview and an internal interview, and I thought we ended up with far and away the best candidate. He's done a great job, and he's really put our police department back on.
Streets are getting safer out there.
Back to the library thing for a minute, if I could. I sat down with the groups responsible for each of those libraries, Kirkwood, Hokess, and Woodlawn, and said, guys, our finances have gotten a lot tougher in the county. These were things that were promised before I became county executive. I support libraries. I think they're great. But I need you to step up and show the investment by our community in these buildings. And the Friends of Woodlawn Library, the Friends of Kirkwood Highway Library, the Friends of Hokesson Library, citizen groups raised tons of money. It's very pleasantly surprised.
So it was more the citizens with your...
They voted with their own checkbooks, and they voted with they got corporations and foundations and their own members to pony up $800,000 in one case, $900,000 in another case, $1.4 million in another, so that showed to me that these are things that are genuinely broadly supported by our community. Whether you've got young kids, no kids, you're a senior, you're
what you point at me when you say it.
I got the young kids, you got the old
senior. I got the senior thing. All right, I hear you. All right, but the public service. I mean, you definitely have done a lot in the role of just public. I know everywhere you go, you see county people out there doing the parks and all that. People don't realize how many county employees are there now.
Almost exactly 1,500 right now. We have the same size of full-time county workforce today that we did 5 years ago. One of the hard things I did was I reduced the size of the county workforce, not by laying people off, by putting a hiring freeze in place and then eliminating positions as folks retired or moved on to other employment. So we are back at the same head count we were at 5 years ago. That means that the folks we've got are working harder, are doing more, but they deliver great service. I get unsolicited complimentary letters and notes from the general public all the time, whether it's about what a great job they did fixing a sewer break at 2 o'clock in the morning, or what a nice job they're doing at a new library like the Woodlawn Library.
And the parks. I mean, and that's one of the things, because I noticed that, not a week goes by, I don't see these guys hitting the local parks in the areas and keeping those mowed and in great condition.
Yeah. We took a fair amount of money, it was roughly $500,000 out of our capital fund that had been dedicated to Rockwood and reallocated it to fixing up dozens of neighborhood parks. We have about 259 parks in the county, about 7,000 acres. That's a lot of parkland.
It sure is.
And we went back and fixed up some of the play equipment, the basketball courts, the tennis courts, the playing fields that had really been let go and reinvested in neighborhoods. A big theme for me has been reinvesting in neighborhoods.
And you're doing that. But one of the things I want to bring up, because it's something that concerns me, that I look around and I see how the economy is and everything else. What are we doing as far as the county goes, as far as bringing, new business into the, I mean, I know that's not directly in your, but
no, that's an area where I've been very active.
Yeah.
The county really needs to work with and follow the lead of the state. The Delaware Economic Development Office, plays the lead role in providing incentives to companies either to expand here or to relocate here. And previous to my being county executive, there really was not an active county role in encouraging either the growth of businesses here or in bringing them in from outside. But getting high wage, good paying, good quality jobs here is a top priority for me. And I've worked hard with the County Chamber of Commerce, the State Chamber of Commerce, the Committee of 100, and most importantly, the Delaware Economic Development Office. We've brought in dozens of companies. We've created roughly 16,000 new jobs over the last 4 years. That's from the Delaware Economic Development Office numbers. Some of these are companies like Air Liquide or Honeywell, which are big multinational companies that have opened up significant operations here for the first time. Others are local businesses like HostMySite.com, that's grown very quickly and brought in a new expansion. Several of them are companies that were started by guys who left MBNA and used their financial savvy and their contacts and their resources to attract new businesses and to hire new people. I've worked closely with a guy on one of those projects just last week. The governor and I are working closely on 3 projects right now that I think have enormous potential. I can't talk about them in detail.
Right.
But if any one of them hits,
one of the things that
we'll see 1,000.
Yeah, one of the things I know that's happening, and I don't know how many people realize what you got Silicon Valley, of course, out in California, but there's a medical valley coming into our area right now as we speak over in the Aberdeen Proving Grounds in around that, and I know Hartford County is going to show a lot of growth. As you do see some of that because you got the backup businesses that's got to be
We have actively participated in what you're talking about is the base realignment and closure, or BRAC process, that is moving thousands of jobs from northern New Jersey, from where the Army Signal Corps is located at Fort Monmouth. They're being relocated to Aberdeen Proving Ground. And because they're moving from northern New Jersey to Aberdeen, and most of the counties right around Aberdeen are fairly rural and don't have a lot of infrastructure, many of those people may actually move here, or even better, the jobs may move here without people in them.
Right.
So I've gone up to Fort Monmouth and presented to the commanding general and several hundred of the people who live there. We've had an active project to try and attract the high-tech jobs here, because in the best case, what ends up happening is we get 1,000 or more jobs here where there's nobody moving with the job from northern New Jersey. Those folks retire, and then we've got great job opportunities for Newcastle Countyans who would then be commuting.
Because you're looking like less than an hour away from us here, So
my sister-in-law commuted down to Aberdeen from Newark for 10 years.
And then you've got the support companies that's got to support them. They got to move into the areas and everything else. So you guys are on top of that. I couldn't hit you with any surprises.
We've been very actively involved in that. We've signed a memorandum both with the Department of Defense and with all the surrounding counties. We actually got, Carl Kalbacher is responsible for getting us $200,000 federal grants to help for the planning around BRAC. That's good. One of the few places where we've actually grown our federal assistance in the last couple of years.
Good. Because they're telling me we're going to have to wrap it up. I could spend all day talking with you. But what do you see? What's your plans for the next 4 years?
We need to get serious about the future of our park system and our library system. You mentioned those. We are just finishing what our 20-year plans that Dennis Greenhouse left behind were very well done. We're going to begin a comprehensive planning process for sort of what's our future. We need to reinvest in police and paramedics. Our community is safe. We've got a terrific, high-quality public safety department now with about 600
paramedics are great. They show right up on quick.
They show up right quick, especially when you need it. But I think those 2 disciplines, plus the call takers, the 911 call takers, we need to invest in the years ahead. And more than anything, we need to have a business-friendly environment that's going to both retain good jobs here and attract some new jobs. So if we can get those 4 things done, fiscal discipline, keep reining in our growth rate and the cost of county government, deliver good jobs, deliver great public safety, strengthen neighborhoods overall, I'd be very happy. That'd be a great 4 years.
Now, before the election, you've got the primaries coming up, and that's going to be when?
Tuesday, September 9th, Delaware Democratic primary.
Yeah, so if you're Democrat...
I have no opponent in the general election. There is no Republican running against me. The whole game is next Tuesday,
Next Tuesday, so you definitely want to get to the polls and vote, especially you Democrats all that can vote.
If you happen to know a Democrat,
yeah. So, Kevin, you can definitely head out to the polls and do your voting.
Well, see, I know how to do that part.
Yeah.
It's the other thing.
I wanted to educate him on, because I'm not sure that he knows anybody that's running outside of you at this point. So you got a good shot at getting this vote done.
If anyone wants more information, ChrisCoons.com. I have a website, ChrisCoons.com. They can either volunteer, look up, or get more information.
Chris, I've always been supportive of you. You've done a great job, and hopefully you got 4 more years coming. Once again, the polls, September 9th. Don't forget about Chris Coons. Stay with us. Be right back. Big hand for Mr. Coons.
Find out more about the Tim Paul Show and other Positive Promotion productions, then log on to our website at www.positive-promotion.com. PazProTV.com.